Self-Care Sunday. How's your Sunday morning and Sunday evening? Sunday afternoon going. I trust that you are having amazing, wonderful, and freezing cold Sunday. All right, so Sunday self-care show is on. We have a Sunday self-care show every other Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. How are you guys spending Sunday morning, evening, afternoon? And then where I live is freezing cold. I live in Canada. And it keeps snowing and sometimes it gets a little bit warmer and turning to ice. And then I feel like I should buy skates, but I realize that I'm not good at it. Sorry about the freezing. It's Instagram keep freezing up. And I'm waiting that Tessa is coming, but probably Tessa is searching me. Here you are, you found me, Tessa. There you there. I keep pressing accept buttons, but Instagram just playing tag. So maybe you can just send the request. Oh, here you are, Tessa.
Yes, I am. I've been looking for you.
I know. Instagram doesn't show as easy, right? Nowadays we have to look for it.
Yeah, we have to go looking for it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's Instagram. That's Instagram for you.
Yeah.
So how are
That's
you?
okay. I'm so happy to see you. You
I
found
am.
me.
You never sent me the link to go to come see your editing show. That was not nice.
I'm so sorry. You know what? I have to explain to you. There are so many things happens. I have to explain to you later.
Oh, well, yes, because I wanted to join just for fun, pay my fee, and be there.
Oh, thank you.
Next time.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's what it's called, friendship, support.
Is that what it is?
Yes, yes. Oh, here you are, Lino-san. Lino, I do live with her every Wednesday too. She's from States. Thank you so much for showing. There you go. Not showing, joining. Here you are, Colleen.
Right. Instagram is frozen, so you have to call everybody's name. So,
I will shout
you
out.
know,
Yes.
you know that platform I went on with Rosie. Oh my God, that is so nice.
Platform?
She sent it. I did a YouTube live with Rosie.
And YouTube live.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day.
On her YouTube
Rosie was
on her
asking
YouTube channel?
But it wasn't. Yeah, it goes on her YouTube channel, but it did not. It was really nice because what it did, it was so clear and really nice, and it was nice big box. Today, if you have a chance, we should. I have the link. We should try it. If you have a few minutes, because
that's why you sent. Okay, that's why you sent Rosie's.
Yeah, that's why I sent it to you. I'll give you the name. We should have a chat about it today if you have a chance, because tomorrow is snow cleaning day for you, I'm sure. So
I gotta see. Yes, I'll give you. I got so many things going on today, but that's.
You know what?
Hi,
your Instagram is funny, Yuko. You're going like your picture is going funny. It's cloudy. It's strange. It cover up.
I don't know. My side looks fine.
Yeah, I know.
Screen.
But what I'm seeing, I guess maybe as these guys, are you guys sometimes seeing Yuko go? So anyway, we will see what happens.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Because it stopped. It's kind of glitchy at the beginning. So
yeah, sometimes
it's good, sometimes not good. But the Instagram.
That's why I like that other channel. It was quite interesting, and it's and people were a few people making comments, so it was nice. I want to try. I want to use it again. I might go in and do it just for fun.
Look at the Tessa when she discovers something new. Another mountain to climb. You look so happy.
Yeah, it was fun. Look at what I'm drinking. For those of you who are here, a golden triangle tea. You have to get the turmeric in the body, the cinnamon in the body, the ginger in the body, and I have coconut milk, some and some nutmeg in there.
Yeah,
it's so delicious.
That's so perfect tea for this cold.
Yeah, really, it is. It's really good. Weather. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my, I
So
should be
let us
informed.
get this show
Yep,
on
it's,
the road because
oh,
your
all
show
right.
too.
It's already 9:33. So
Oh, you're late.
today's, yeah, we're late. You guys not late, so it's good though. So today's topic is, this is from me, I suggested, and Tessa said that's really good. So we turn
It is.
into the topic, yes. So how to connect others means how to I want to dig into it, like not just how to connect others. No, I want to dig deep into it, like how to overcome loneliness. That
Yeah.
sounds really, really, I felt it, like loneliness, because some people, they just don't know how to connect, or they lost touch how to connect. They still lost touch. And then they become loneliness. That's going to lead into just like your book, Five Pillars Prosperity, right? Like mental
Mm-hmm.
prosperity, physical prosperity, sometimes turn into like, financial, all those leads, all those things. So maybe we should share tips. And if you guys have a great tips, like you guys, right, are joining right now, you guys just put in a comment and then share your ideas and thoughts with us too, right? So because I I was very impressed that, can I introduce first? Tessa-Marie's. So, you
The
know,
morning blessings.
morning blessings.
Yeah.
And then you can get it on Amazon too.
Yeah.
Tessa sent me this copy too, right? So I I was so impressed behind the story, how this book, how there's this book you publish. I will just make it a little bit quick, and Tessa, you can explain to me. And then
Okay.
this is like, it start from kind of accidentally. You were only send it to your son, Michael,
No, I was only sending it to my
or
daughters because
daughters, and
those of
then
you
one
who have
day, yeah.
sons, they will say to you, "Oh, mom," and your mumbo jumbo, and things like that. And that's exactly what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I accidentally sent it to him
Mm-hmm.
and to others on the family chat. And then he said, he didn't say anything. I sent it through it once by mistake. And he said, "I'm not one of your daughters." I said, okay. So I ignored him because I was expecting anything. I didn't know I sent it to him. Then I look, oh, I sent
Yeah,
it everywhere.
happens.
And then it kept, and then one day something said, send it again. So I sent a little, no answer. Second, no answer, no response. The third time he said, you're starting he said you're beginning like doing something and you cannot stop it. So if you stop it, I will be yelling and shouting, where is it? So he likes it. But as I have gone over the years, I always used to write him little notes when he came to visit or I went to visit and hide it somewhere in his house or in his briefcase. So, and then he told me he stopped reading them because they started getting too emotional and made him cry. And
Oh,
so no, even at Christmas, even when I went for the baby's shower, I left him a note. I said, you should read this. Has to do with the baby. He said, no, no, you're not going to make me cry. I'm packing them there. And when you're no longer here, I will read them. I said, thank you.
oh.
so, so the
I
morning
think,
blessings, that's how it
yeah,
starts.
that's how it's beautiful. I think that's how I think your son feels really deep connection.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
We have a
he
real
gets
strong
so
connection.
emotional,
Yeah.
and he really appreciates in
Even
connection
his
too,
wife
right?
said that. He said, she doesn't even bother. Like you're ranting and raving, and she kind of just as if you're not doing anything. And he said to her, I've always been like that. And she just walks away.
Well,
She
it's
just,
natural. It's natural to you, Tessa. But there are so many people, they feel lonely because they just don't know how to slip a little piece of paper, to the lunchbox, or just to give a little note to the, in a purse, or send us some, like, just if
I
you
even have
send in some
one.
text or
I had one
call.
I gave to Brian. And when he passed away,
Yeah.
when we were going through his stuff, we found it and we put it at the funeral home. And everybody knew my writing. And I remember the staff from both areas where I work said, look at that's your writing. And then my boss at the time asked me, when did you write that? It was in 1989. I stuck it in his pocket. And it was just to tell him, hey, we really appreciate you. I know you're doing all what you're doing for us and all, and stuff like that. So a note, like when I talk to you and we finish, I say, okay, Yuko, I love you. And people that are not accustomed to hearing a person say I love you, it really is hard on them, and it takes a long time for them to bring it out. It's like a hug. A hug is a blanket on a cold day. That's what it is. A hug is really putting a blanket on someone. Some people cannot do that, but I was just raised in that type of environment. As you know, my sister Dawn, you hear us all the time, I love you. So that stops loneliness. If you know somebody that by themselves, it's always good to reach out. So that was just reaching out to my children, because our children worry about us as we get older. And they're so busy. They have more life, more duplicate, more stressful lives than we did. So it's better you say, send a note to your child and say, I'm okay, especially if they don't live with you and you haven't heard from them. Don't wait for them to call you.
That's true. And I remember that also your son Michael lives far away in the States, but he know that you show up on your Instagram live, and if he sees in Instagram, Mommy's okay, right? Oh, she's not lonely. She looks like she's having so much fun.
Yeah, and the same thing happened. Colleen mentioned that. Colleen, our friend Colleen.
Yeah.
She's one day I don't know what happened. She couldn't find me on Instagram, and she really panicked. And she said to me, I couldn't find you, I was really worried. And you know what she said? Give Jillian my phone number and give me Jillian's phone number. She realized at that moment that I live alone. She always knew that. Yeah. But she said, suppose something happened to you. So that is friendship. You cannot go any closer than that. I have Jillian's number. Jillian, your mom is not on live. What's going on? Or Jillian's calling something. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I even sometimes send a message, right? What's happening, Tessa? Like, really, you missed a life. Yes.
Yeah. When you send me one of those messages, there's always something that is spelled incorrectly, because I can see the anxiousness in how you're typing it. And I said, okay, she's really worried about that. So we have to reach out to loneliness. To people, because sometimes people pretend they're not lonely.
That's true. And you ask her, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're just like, fine. But you can feel it. It's not fine. Their face, doesn't look fine, right? Their expression doesn't look fine. And then I work in a hair salon. I deal with a lot of clients, and then mostly women. And this is like very private salon. So when they say fine, I could feel it. And then as I'm doing hair, because you have to trust your hairstylist to do the hair. Yeah. So they trust me. They open up. And then I noticed there, like a lot of people, especially my
old... shoulders come up. You can feel you're massaging their scalp and they're still feeling like...
Oh, very much. If I touch scalp, I can feel it too. What's happened, right? Yeah. So and then especially my older clients, like maybe including my age too, like they start talking like how lonely they are. And then just starting to have a health problem too, and then also starting talking about the family problems, health problems that cause all kinds of problems. The loneliness
is something that they say it contributes to Alzheimer's, because you're not into things. And you said something that is a little bit funny, because you said that if I find something new, I go after it quickly. I want to know. If I know how I learn, and I share it right away. Hi, Laura. Thanks for coming. And Instagram is red. I don't think people are getting the notification that we're on. Like, my sister is not there. That's unusual, because she even asked me last night what time it was, and I said 10:30 your time.
I sent down notification. Usually 2 hours before live. Yeah, I send it privately. Yeah. I send it I send notification to your sister, Dawn, Lino. I send it to people to
Yeah,
their
but I
DM.
don't know why, because she was looking for, unless it's the internet.
Yeah, yeah. I know
But
Instagram does it so much, so I starting take action, Tessa,
yeah,
directly.
take
So
control.
I
That's
send,
why.
yeah, I send it to DM invitation. I
That,
send the invitation.
that's good. I'll
Yes,
practice that again too. So what we have to
yes,
remember though, with the loneliness thing, is
yep.
to reach out to people. And as you said, it's not only older people that are lonely.
No,
People in their
sometimes
30s,
young people.
40s, 50s, people are all, there's so much loneliness. And it's to
Mm-hmm.
check in. I think the biggest situation of loneliness, if you look at a movie, is Scrooge. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah. The Christmas time. That's
yeah,
Scrooge.
that
Yes,
movie.
yeah.
It's because he was alone that he was so mean. He was just, when he started to open up and the world came to him,
Mm-hmm.
he started to be a better person and shared more with others.
Yeah,
And that is something we have to remember, that,
yeah.
that is something we need to take charge of for others, is
That's
to
so true.
reach out to them.
Reach out.
This person,
Yes,
reach out.
because I hear lots of them saying, so and so, they didn't call me. My son doesn't call me. My
Yeah.
daughter, she doesn't even send a text message. Why don't you start first? Here you are,
Yes, that's
the
what I did.
sisters here. Yeah,
Hi, Dawn. Morning. We missed you already. Yeah, I cannot see you because Instagram is messing us up
that's
today
okay.
again.
She's got my invitation, so that's good.
Well, that's good. So, yeah, so that is the
Yep.
thing. Like loneliness, so sometimes people show loneliness like Scrooge in anger and mean and
Mhm.
silly. And sometimes they overindulge. They start to drink a lot of alcohol or smoke
Yes,
or eat,
that is
you know.
so true, Tessa. I thank you so much for mentioning. Lots of alcoholics start from loneliness.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's
Yeah,
just people are so
yeah.
lonely. But we wait for our children to reach out to us,
Mhm.
our children.
But yeah,
And
yeah,
that is wrong, because if you think of them, then send them the note.
yeah.
Maybe in that moment, you don't know, you're not sitting next to them. So you don't know what's going on in their life at that
No,
moment.
no.
But you could just send a note and say, good morning, how are you feeling today? I was thinking of you and I just thought it would be
Yeah,
nice to hear your voice. So I'm sending you this note. I know you're busy. You can say anything like that,
yeah.
but connect.
Connect.
Instead of coming and complaining to you that cannot do anything about it. Oh, my children don't talk to me, they don't call me.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. Loneliness is a big, big, big
Big.
disease.
Yeah, yeah. It says it's like loneliness causes death as twice as obese for older
Obesity.
people.
Yeah,
Obesity.
people are,
Yeah.
yeah. Because as you said, they do you when you're lonely, you can do hi Okonoko. You can do
Awesome.
things
Yeah.
all the time. And when
Mm-hmm.
you do those things, it affects them. Oh, they overeat, that's obesity. They drink alcohol to just
Yeah.
numb the pain. They sometimes the loneliness, people in other who come from immigrants. I've had friends who came from Trinidad, a friend years and years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he and his siblings were up here. So they decided to send for their mom to come here. The dad was dead years before. So when they sent for her, they put her up in an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Now she comes from somewhere hot. So she has the options to be outside or just to sit outside.
Mm-hmm.
And within a year, she died. And she was
Oh.
always so lonely. She said she used to come down to the lobby of the apartment building and there's nobody to talk to, or nobody would talk to her.
Yeah,
Whereas
she missed. I'm sure she missed her. The
environment,
people grew up, neighbors, right, friends.
yeah,
That's a big
because
change too.
because
Yeah,
she could step out, even if she was sitting outside of
yeah,
her home, even if she's in a village, somebody might walk and say hello. Even if she's outside, let's say she has a fruit tree, a grapefruit tree, an
mm-hmm.
orange tree, and
Yeah,
somebody goes in, and little boys are picking her apples or grape, and she can say, "Get off my property!" That will get her bloods going, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
That'll
at
pop
least
her
she's
up.
yeah. But when she just comes out and
Yeah,
she's cold and she's out there, and no, and if
yeah.
they say, "Hi,
Hi,
hi,"
Nancy.
no conversation.
No conversation is just no good. And then Lino said, oh, loneliness caused various problems. Yes.
See,
yeah.
So loneliness is a big killer. It causes a lot of things to happen. Sometimes it affects them. Okay, we say alcohol and overeating.
Yep.
Sometimes they don't eat. Sometimes they are not
true.
having
They don't.
anything to have to eat.
Cause like a brain. Right?
Yeah, they forget to eat.
Yeah.
And they forget to drink water. As you age, your thirst, you have the urge of a thirst, it goes away, but you still need water.
Of course.
So all of that.
Yeah.
So loneliness is a big killer of people, and it causes mental health. For the young people that are lonely, it can cause them to do other things to hurt themselves. Hi, Ezra. How are you feeling this morning?
Yeah. Nancy,
how are
good
you,
morning, ladies.
Instagram has been so messed up today. So
Tessa,
just bear with
enough. I see you clearly, and I can see everyone. I can see everyone come. So I'll wave and mention. So
every now and again, it sends one person up. Like that every now and again.
That's kind of frustrating.
Although we are talking about loneliness, we should also watch loneliness in children and grandchildren that do not have friends or our own friends. When spouses pass away, all of that causes loneliness, and this is why we have to be so careful with
Catherine
touching others. Hey, who is there?
Catherine, your daughter.
Oh, Kathleen.
One of your daughters.
Hey, Kathleen, she's aware. How are you feeling, sweetie? I can't see you. Yuko has to tell, but maybe that's just the imagination.
I'll shout out
like the bad habits. You know what though? It's true, but it's up to us. A live from Edmonton. Thanks, Kathleen.
Edmonton. Wow.
Yeah, she went to Edmonton.
It's colder than here.
To see her friend. So that's So somebody said it's maybe the bad habit, maybe that's just the imagination. No, because when you okay, for example, you guys are talking, you said for imagination. If you have always been coupled, like you go out with other friends who are also married, right? And then somebody's spouse dies, you become the third wheel. I became the third wheel with some of my friends. I didn't like it. It wasn't comfortable, but that could mean I could stop interacting with them. But I did in such a way, I limited myself, but I created another group by going on doing social media. So that would take away the need to be lonely, because then I interact with you guys, and some of you, we have a relationship where we text each other, you call. So all of that.
Yeah. And
so
then
when your life changes, you have to change your habits. It's not bad habit, and it's not imagination. You can see it in the faces of others when you meet them.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you, I am so lonely. And I'm saying, okay, but you cannot teach an old dog new tricks yourself. That might be what you're saying, but they need to decide, I need to change. I perhaps, my neighbor just down the street has brought her mother here about 2 years ago from Lebanon. And her mother joined the seniors group in the area.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
And you can see her walking, going to find the seniors group, and she's talking to me. Sometimes I'm sitting outside, and she said, would you like to go for a walk? And if I'm, I like walking, so I say, sure. And sometimes I can't, but she's interacting.
Yeah.
So we have to encourage others to talk. Some people, the neighbor is there. Say hi, wave to the neighbor. It won't kill you. They don't have to respond if they choose not to, but you doing it is like saying I love you at the end of the conversation. Is asking
action, right?
How are you feeling today? Instead of what are you doing?
Yeah.
And
start from you. Start from you.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's your topic. Go ahead.
Yeah, but some people, okay. So there, I'll put it. Because Tessa, I love the way she explained, because she comes from experience too. So I love the stories you share. right? So, and then my turn is I'm going to be a little bit more practical. I still need a little bit more experience. So I searched, right, how to overcome loneliness. And then here is the how. I will tell you how. And then I want you guys encouraging, just, joining live. Everyone, I got 10 people in here. Share how to overcome loneliness. What are you doing? You send a text to a family, or you have like a lunch every week. Just share with us. We love to hear from you too. So number one, schedule regular check-ins. So the overcome loneliness. And then, life gets busy, but you schedule it. My example is I starting to schedule once a month with my neighbor, come over my house, or next time her house. We, as a couple, we starting to have a drink. And then just a couple hours Saturday night. And it's really great. And we've known each other for 20 years, but just starting to happen. Because we used to say, yeah, we should get together someday. We should get together one day. And then me and her, we realized when? We get tired of saying one day. So we decided to have a date, right? And then we just like, okay, we'll meet that day, February 15th. And next one, we'll make this, when we decided to do once a month, schedule. And then same thing this Sunday self-care. If Tessa and I, we don't schedule our life, right? And then, what's going to happen? We're just like, are you available this Sunday? And then Tessa just like, oh, no, I'm busy. And then the vice versa, right? So it's not going to happen. So because we schedule our things, this Sunday self-care schedule regularly, and we show up, we create the connection, and we create you guys, right? In the connection too. I don't feel lonely, right? Some people, they said, connecting through phone, digital, like social network, that doesn't cover loneliness.
Yes,
but
it does.
Kind of against it.
I think it does, because we set a standard that we are going to be at 9:30, and Ezra comes, and Don comes, and Nancy comes, and all of these, Laura and Don and Colleen, and so many others, and Love Life Lino comes in, right? And then you guys share your thoughts and tell us what's going on, because that enables us to feed you what we already have. Maybe we don't know that you need it. So the thing about loneliness is that when we catch up on Instagram, you see me, I can see your name. I know Ezra is alive. I don't have to worry about her. She's interacting, and Dawn is there. So I know two women. One is in her 80s, and one is going to turn 70 this year. And where they live, they do not talk to any of their neighbors. They do not talk to any of their neighbors. And I find from observing them, from observation, they look like they're always ready for an attack. You know what I mean? Like if you breathe badly in their zone, they might just take the breath you just had and suffocate you with it. So because they see things, and they're very frightened. They're always afraid somebody will do this. When loneliness and not communicating with others gives you that fear that, oh, somebody's going to take this from me. Somebody will attack me. I need to do this. Close the door, lock the gate.
Some people, they have more than like lots of locks.
Yeah.
Right? You see in a movie,
lock everything up and don't let anything in. That is scary. But how can you help that person? If you interact with others, you will learn things.
I learned a lot of things from my neighbor. Since we starting to have like once a month getting together, I learned about them. I learned about what they like. I didn't even know that what they're interested. I've known them for 20 years.
Yeah. I gather that is not the one Todd fights with.
No. No, not that one, Tessa.
No, so loneliness is, you have to interact.
Yeah, get
There's two
interactive. Yeah.
things. Yes, two things people have to remember. No matter who you are, is to make sure you are grateful that you're not lonely. Grateful. Do not forget those that give you a moment of their time. Say that.
Mm-hmm.
I always say I am happy and grateful that you called me today, or somebody don't call in, or my sister calls. I respond. And I said, oh, nice for calling. Look, I was thinking of you. And you open the conversation. She knows that she can call me anytime. Ezra
Yeah,
knows
I think
that. Or
yeah,
everybody knows that.
yeah. I
And
like
I will
the way
respond.
yeah. So I like the way you say that. You know, some people say some calls once a month, and then what if I say that you only call when you need something? You only call once a month. I wish you could call once a month. I wish you call like every week. If I say that, you think he's gonna call me every week? No.
No, but you have to sometimes do that in a certain
Oh, in
way.
a
Like you have to
certain
find the
way.
words, and you have to be aware and say, listen, you know, it'll be all right to just call, especially you let them speak, right?
Of
So the person
course. Yeah.
calls and you realize they're calling to ask me, well, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me how to do that? And I'm saying, okay, I am here. Hi, how are you? Hello, I'm fine too. That's what I do. I have a friend that she does that.
Mm,
And I said something horrible. And she didn't catch it. She was so
really. Oh, she was
busy.
so busy
Yeah, that she didn't realize. I said,
talking.
oh my God, the man fell and broke his leg. Look at what just happened. And she kept on talking. And I did that purposely.
Your phone is like that, right?
And I'm thinking, okay. So much so she doesn't expect to hear anything from me. This is going to be priceless. So she called and I was sitting and Kylie was here.
Yeah.
And Kylie came, and at that time she was really interested in the phone. So she took the phone. Kylie, she leaned her body between my legs, her hands on my thigh, and the phone to her ear. And after a few minutes, I thought she would give up. All of a sudden, Kylie goes, mm-hmm, uh-huh. I realized she heard me say it back before when this woman was talking. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Then all of a sudden, Vanessa came from the kitchen. Why is it so quiet in here? And she said, and she could hear the woman's voice because it was on speaker. And she said, and she just looked at me and she walked away. And Kylie goes, mm-hmm, uh-huh. And she never knew. She never knew it was Kylie until I grabbed
That's
the phone from Kylie and said, okay, bye, see you later. Talk to you again soon. Okay, bye. And I looked, Kylie's little ear was red, red, red.
that you
And
know what? That's funny and it's sad.
sad
Funny to your side, it's sad
because
to her side
yeah,
or whatever.
she never knew it was Kylie she was ranting and raving to. She never knew because she's not interested in hearing what I have to say. So that is sometimes how you treat somebody like that.
But
Or you just
that's gonna lead to a loneliness. Eventually, people's not gonna don't want to talk to her though.
exactly. When that has gone on for many years, when she would call, they would say, Mom, that's for you. And they wouldn't take the phone.
Oh, I know. As soon as see like those what is called the name, right? We just like okay, we just like not gonna do that.
No, I'm not touching
I've
that.
done so many
That's
times.
yours. It's for you, Mom. Even Brian will go. And then Vanessa said, why did she call you? Why did she call? Because she doesn't let you speak. So we need to understand. And sometimes you can say, when they call and they say, oh, hi, and I have something to tell you. And they go, I say, oh, good morning to you too. How are you doing? They don't hear that.
No,
So sometimes
not at
you
all.
have to be blunt and say, you only call me because you have a problem, don't you?
Oh, so sometimes it's
Oh
good to
no,
say
I
that.
don't. I called you yesterday, yes, because your husband did something bad yesterday. So, so loneliness is
Okay.
one thing. That
Yep.
person now caused loneliness in her life because I don't call unless it's somebody dies.
Yeah.
Something,
But you
something
know
like
what? There. Okay. So you have to teach us, teach us this. Like there are when we say, oh, you're the one. You gotta call. You send a message. But when you give us the advice, and then people say like this, I just don't know how, or I'm not comfortable. right? I'm too
I get
shy.
it.
And then
I get
how
it.
do
But,
you say that those people?
and I
How
said,
I'm not that
well,
kind of person.
well, okay. I was actually a spoiled child, right? So I didn't know anything was not possible. It was always
Okay.
possible. But that makes you wait, you receive, because it just came to
Mm,
you.
mm.
So that when I got here and I'm on my own as a married woman, I said, holy shit, you can't be like that in this country. You have to push your way and find your way and do what you have to do to get what you desire and where you want to
Yeah,
go. So
I agree. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
chose to create me and to make me that person that was forthright and
So you
and
created your ideal, like,
a
the image. You
survival,
create
because
you.
I realized if I kept being shy and
Yeah.
withdrawn and waiting for it to be placed for me, I will not get what I desire.
It,
So I
you
started
know
to,
what? Sorry to interrupt. It's hard to believe you were
yeah,
shy.
well, yeah, if you are given everything as you grow up, everything is there. It just stands. That's how it
Oh, yeah,
is.
it's like, yeah, you don't
And then
have to
all of
like
a sudden,
speak up.
there's
Yeah.
nobody to take that mane of hair you have and braid it according to, or to pull it back or to
Yes.
lift it up or to
The
do
life,
this for you. And
your life
I
change.
didn't know. I was raised in a bakery. I didn't know how to bake bread, but I figured it out because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like the bread here. So the thing is, you have to change. You have to decide and ask your question: how will
Yeah.
this behavior work for me in this environment? So
How?
maybe it would work better if I said hello to
Mm.
somebody down the street. Or like you, ask the neighbor, would you like to go to a movie with me? They might say no, but it's okay. Then
Yeah.
you're on to the next. Just like you, when I asked Angela to help me, she said, you'll figure it out. She didn't care to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I asked you,
Mm-hmm.
I could have decided to stay there and be dumb and not figure it out. It's a form of loan. I said, no, I'm going to ask next. Was you. And
Next.
you said, sure.
Yeah.
So you
You
have,
didn't give up the first one. Like,
no, you
okay,
don't.
all
You
right,
have
that's
to
one
keep
no.
pushing, because as you get older, and worse now, they keep thinking that your remedy for you is to put you in a nursing home or old age home. Everybody thinks that is where you should go, but that makes no sense. This lady, that's a lady died in Florida yesterday, right? I forgot
Okay.
her name. She was 104 years old. And she started that program. She was a nurse, and then she became a doctor and was working in rural parts of the States. And she decided there's certain things that a nurse can do. And she created the program at the university. She died being a doctor of something, of nurse practitioner. Because of her, there are
Oh,
nurse
okay.
practitioners today. She started,
Really?
a woman.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And it's the
I
RN and above the RN, below the doctor.
Yeah,
But she got, I know it's popular all over the world.
yeah.
And she has,
Oh,
and then when she was something, they showed up her, she's talking and she said, I have no, anyway, she was saying that what you see is real. There is no
yep.
makeup, not makeup. There is no fixing my face, no lift, no underlift, no this, no that. But she was, her first husband, her fiance died in the war, and she
Mm-hmm.
married a man. They were 67 years together. And she died yesterday, 104 years old.
Okay.
And she didn't seem, when she was talking, and she was, a few years ago, she didn't look like she was lonely. She created something. And
Yeah.
sometimes that prevents us from being lonely. Do something that benefits others,
Yes.
just do
Yeah.
anything.
Well, it wasn't easy, Tessa. Now you can do live. Now you can do Instagram live, of course, YouTube live. You can post shorts, right? You know how to make reels and Instagrams, right? And it wasn't easy.
No,
I
but
know it because I was
you
there.
join a group. You
Yeah.
were there.
Yeah, I was there at the beginning. She just like, I don't know a thing, but you said, I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You
that was the
always say
word
that.
we use. I'll figure it out. But can you imagine you own a home on a street, a cul-de-sac, or just a
Mhm.
street, and you don't say hi to your neighbors? What is that? That is Scrooge.
Yeah.
That's a female version of Scrooge.
It's like
And you
some
are in
people, they
your
just put their head
70s
down.
and your
Yeah.
80s, and and you started doing that since you moved to that house 50 years ago. Come on. What is that?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
neighbor does not have to say hello to
Nope.
you if they don't want to.
That's right. That's their choice.
But you can make sure you become the change you want to see. Hello, neighbor. How are you feeling today?
Yeah.
Is it hot
It
enough
doesn't cost much.
for you?
It doesn't cost anything,
No.
right?
But you open your mouth, breath was clean and it's fresh.
And you
And
smile too, right?
and you smile. You walk into the cashier that is serving you, you just smile and say, how are you today?
Yeah.
And she might say something, but the point is you cannot wait for somebody to erase loneliness for you.
I realize that I used
It's a
to be,
disease.
yeah. You know what? You realize that. See, now I don't do that, but when I used to be really shy, I put it this way, I go to the store, I was waiting for the salesperson to say hi. And then if that salesperson doesn't say hi, I felt that, oh, I'm not deserve to be a customer here, or she doesn't care about me, she doesn't pay attention to me. I felt sad.
Yeah.
So, but the one day I realized that, before they say hi, I look at them and just like, hi, how are you? Right? And then most salesperson, they say hi. So I just like, oh, that made me feel better. It's
Yeah.
only like one trick I changed. I started to say hi before they say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you ladies have something that you do. Tell us about it. I can't see anything.
Yeah. Cindy,
Because
my friend, she said, I agree with Tessa's personality. I would never guess she was shy. I know.
I created the me you see. And sometimes it's the circumstances that you're in that causes you to decide, I need to survive. Right? The circumstance that you're in makes you believe, hey, I have to do better than that. And most women will tell you, okay, I tease and I laugh. And somebody said to me, when did you bloom? I said, in my 30s. That is when I became me. That's when I decided, that's it. Right? I'm going to be everything that I desire to be. And I took reign, I took charge right there and then. And when you do that, you always lose people.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, you always lose somebody that wants you to be timid and shy and sit back and get abused or whatever. But you cannot do that. But you have to open up. When you walk somewhere and you see somebody and they eyes, just say hi. It's not going to take anything from you.
No, it was probably uncomfortable for you at the beginning, but you're gonna just build a thick skin. So you just like, you get used to it. And then Nancy said, in my neighborhood, there are so many people that walk with dogs. It's such an easy way to meet your neighbors. Yes, we all know the dog's name, right? Neighbors. Everybody knows Buddy, not my neighbors. That's a really great way to.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Hi, Marina. So, Ezra said, I have a friend. You start the conversation without a hi and just starts rumbling on. Like I say hello to you. It's so annoying.
I know. I have
annoying.
And they don't care what you're doing. They don't ask you where are you? How are you feeling? You just ask a question. And have a conversation. But no, they're going to just ignore you and start and ramble on, and you're wondering why are you behaving like this? So, but lonely, and then they become lonely because Ezra is getting tired. I am getting tired. I don't want to be around you if you cannot find one neighbor on your street that you can say hello to. It doesn't make you look better. It makes you. They look at you like they see Scrooge coming at them, and they will duck. And when you live on the street, everybody is holding on to the string that makes that street works. If there is a fire, if there is a storm, you have to realize that. And if you make yourself lonely, because even if you have friends, sooner or later they get tired of you and they go, you know what? They don't call. and then
That is true.
loneliness set in. But if you open your heart and just be kind to yourself first and say, you know what, I really like that. I was about 69, so I would have to be, I was maybe 23, and
Okay.
I was working with the government, and this
Yeah.
man, his name was Alan Millen, a tall, he was the boss, and he said, you know, Tessa-Marie, a smile goes a long way. When I tell you I was shy, I was shy, and that's where I learned that from. So
Smile helps.
yeah, it helped because and then when I would smile, you said, you have the best smile. Why don't you use it most? And that was the first person that told me they liked my smile.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something you have to realize. If he said that to me and I started using it,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was good. It was sexual assault. He just was realizing I am shy, sitting there doing my work and not interacting.
Mm-hmm. Smile.
And he would
Smile
always
is
say
powerful
hello.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to realize you have to take charge of your life. Loneliness kills. Lonely people that make themselves lonely, like lock themselves into a bedroom and sit there for days.
Yeah. But they're not, they lost it.
I,
Well,
I,
they kind of lost how to take charge of their lives too,
well,
right?
they
So,
think though they're in charge. They believe they have charge because I'm not talking to anybody. I'm saying I'm doing this, and that it's a Scrooge mentality.
yeah, but how they feel about it,
But
right?
they do feel about it that way. They're telling you, I'm sitting alone. Life for them is a constant battle,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they
That is true.
create the battle. They create the loneliness. Do you think
Yeah.
it's fun to sit in your bedroom all day and watch TV? But some people, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, you're going to do it until you drop dead.
Very much.
And
And
then
if you,
that
yeah,
bedroom becomes your living room, dining room, and I don't know if you bring a cooker in there, a stove in there, a little pot in there, and start cooking a meal in there, then all you need
I
is a
know.
bedroom.
I know. I seen on TV. Like just everything is in the bedrooms. Rice
Yeah,
cookers,
everything is in the
right?
bedroom. That's
Everything in
not,
the bedroom.
come out, open the window and breathe some air.
Yeah, yeah. Just to step out helps, right? The small step is just to step out or just say hi to the neighbor.
Somebody,
It's a
and
small action.
this lady said to me, she rather talks to the animals because I said, because she goes, because I said they don't talk back. She's so lonely that she
It
will say,
is
oh, the
so
little
lonely
white
though.
rabbit, here are you? You know what I mean?
Oh,
But they
I
are
know a, yeah.
humans.
I know a person that she only talks to dogs. So she doesn't like human. I don't like human.
Okay, go. She doesn't like humans.
Yes, yes.
What is she? Half a human, maybe? So,
I
okay,
don't
so talk
know.
about, do you have more?
I have more, a few more. And then Marina said, I'm still blooming. Yeah, way to go, Marina. I think we're somehow in different form. We are constantly blooming, right? Like you constantly blooming. Like just,
Well, we have to, it's a choice though. It's a
mhm,
choice. Like,
it is choice. But
like
I think I see you. Yeah.
when I first
So
met
sorry.
you, you wore
Yeah.
no makeup, you did no makeup ever, and then you had your hoodie, and then I said, why are you always in this hoodie thing? And in Niagara Falls,
Because
everybody wears hoodie
yeah,
and
I was gonna
jacket.
say
I said,
that.
what? I said, so because they do it, it's okay.
Average
I
look
said,
in Niagara Falls. Yes.
and then I said, but they're not on Instagram, they're not on social media. And then there you are.
There
And
you
5 years
are.
later, you are blooming.
I'm blooming.
And so if
I
it makes you
know.
feel good, it takes away loneliness. And if you start your day by saying, hello, sexy,
Oh
beautiful,
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
human being,
You have a
even
mirror,
when
right? We all
bring
have
to,
a mirror.
yeah, you have a mirror. Most
Yeah,
of I do that. I go, you're looking really good today. I do
I
that.
know. Why not? Why not? Right?
Okay, go ahead if you're
Yes.
new thing.
I want to read Marina's comment too. People don't talk their neighbors in condos. Oh,
No,
really?
they
I never lived in
no, they
condo, so
don't.
I don't know.
No, they don't.
Ah,
How do they meet? They have one door. They have one door and no window looking at each other.
Mm.
You know, they cannot see each other in the silence of the backyard. It's not fun living in a condo. When Jillian was a little girl, I had a friend named Freddie, and I had a ceramic studio. So many times I would have to leave Jillian. Vanessa wasn't born yet, with Freddie, or Freddie would have Jillian over, and would go to pick Jillian up in the evening. And or she likes Jillian on a Saturday, take her to the shows and stuff. So anyway, so one day when she went to Freddie's house the first time, she came back and she said, "Oh, Mom, let's rush home." I said, "Why?" "I want to tell Daddy that you guys should buy a building." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes, look at all the lights. It's so big." I said, "Okay." So anyway, she goes home and she said that. The next time she goes to Freddie, she rarely goes to Freddie's place. She comes back, "Oh no, Mom, don't sell the house and buy a building. Although Freddie lives in a building, she only owns one door." That's what she said.
One door. Yeah, that's
She
right.
had, the whole thing was free for her to run. Freddie said to me, she said, "Well, why don't you open this door and that door?" Freddie said, "No, I only own this door."
Yeah.
So you see what I mean? That's exactly what Marina said. They open their little rat trap and in they go. And
Yeah,
nobody
Marina said, you would think it's condos, the community would, would better because you live so close together and people don't say more than hi and bye. So it's not small conversation. There's not things going on, right? Just say hi and bye.
It keeps people more isolated. It's like the nursing home that you're placed in and the children don't show up. You're isolated. People don't show up. It's too much for them. Your friends they too are not able to function. So that's why you have to keep yourself healthy, so you live out of these places more, longer. Because if you go in there and your friend is also is not feeling well, they can't come to visit you. And then you just sit there and you just sit there.
Yeah.
And then they take you and they said, "Go here, we're playing this," and you're looking at it. And it's not a nice way to live. It's important to understand we need to share our life with others.
Yes, we're a social animal too, actually.
We're supposed to be.
We're supposed to be, yes. And
but the environment we live in has stopped us from doing that. Or it has hindered us, not stopped us, because we have free will.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that's sad. But Cindy said, "I lived in a condo and talked to my hold on, sorry. You talk to all my neighbors in the front now, but I am very sociable and talk to everyone. Mind, I didn't care for some, but I did talk and pretty well made them talk." Yes, Cindy is she's a very sociable person too. She smiles.
Yeah, well, you make them talk to you by talking to them first. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Like Colleen lives in an area and has a good relationship with all of her neighbors. And she always talks about that. She said, "I already have good neighbors," but it's because she introduced herself to those that were there and talked to them and meet people. Like I have fabulous neighbors. Like when I go away, the lady across the street to take care of the house, those on the left and on the right ask me, "Should I bring in the garbage?" and things like that. We have a great, it was always like that.
Yeah. And then Marina said, condos also have a lot of politics and people don't want to get involved. Involvement takes work and time.
It's challenging. So that is why if you know somebody that is lonely, we need to make an effort to reach out to them.
Yes.
And it's not just do it once. And when they say, "I don't care, I don't want to, I don't feel like it." If I had to listen to the amount of people that told me about doing my life, I would be lonely. We wouldn't be here today.
I know.
I wouldn't know Nancy. I wouldn't know Marina. I wouldn't know so many, Laura and Dawn and all of these, not my sister, the other Dawn, and all of these other people.
That's true too. And also I remember you met Angelina in person too, right? When you
I met Angelina in person at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And then I met Denise.
Denise, yeah.
I met two of the people that always were on my lives, and I had never met them in person. It was fabulous. It was amazing.
Oh,
But
I could see like you guys had so much fun. And then
we did.
also, as I say that, I met you in person.
Well, yeah, you showed up.
I showed up. I just like, like, can I go see you?
Yeah, I'm coming to visit you. I said, sure, why not?
It
That
was
is
more
what
than
it was.
visit. I slept over for 2 nights.
That was a visit. Was it a visit? Yeah, and then but you took the train all the way from
Yeah.
Niagara Falls into the city. That's like a 2-hour train ride, right? So and then I went feeding the woman. I made grape leaves, and she said everybody I picked the leaves off the street, which wasn't true. Because
Oh my God,
of
that
her
more
English.
memories.
I picked it off the vines around the train
Yeah.
station because there's
Yeah.
no animals, there's no pesticides, right? So anyway, so but we had
Oh,
a
but
ball.
yeah, that was
Go ahead.
fun because, okay, I took action to go into deeper connection with you.
Yeah,
That therefore we can still laugh at it.
yeah. We were able to laugh. Somebody asked, remember when we were sitting doing a live, I
Yeah,
was sitting in the chair and you were sitting on the edge of the chair or something
a
like
chair
that.
or table, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But we were, so that is why it's important. Like I want to one day to go to meet Nancy. I want to meet her. I really do. And
Mhm.
Stacy. I want to go to those places. It's just that right
Yeah.
now it's winter. But it would be nice to just go and see, even if you stay at a hotel. I don't want to stay at your home. I stay at a hotel. But it's just to meet you, even if it's for 4 days, 3 days, and see where you live and
Wonderful.
understand that person.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
important.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to think about it makes us excited, right? The
It
connection.
does, but
Yeah.
I have to make the effort because
Yeah.
the people that told me I should stop doing the live and why is it so long? I'm thinking, if I don't do this, what will I do? Because I
Yeah.
found out my body refuses to sit down. It really doesn't like sitting for a long time. It gives me a hard time when I'm getting up because
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, that's stiff. So I realized I have to stay in motion.
Yeah.
Let's walk. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
For your body to move. So there's so many ways you can combat loneliness. Go for a walk. The
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, like our neighborhood, as you know, always has a lot of happening in Guildwood Village,
Yes.
all sorts of things.
Yes.
So participate, walk, go by the lake, you'll see other people.
Oh,
Say hello. You
yeah.
might, and walk in the park, Guildwood Park, and go
Yeah.
to the museum.
Oh, yeah. It's a fun
There's so
place.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you have to take step. You have to go.
So how to
If you want to
avoid
combat
overcome loneliness?
loneliness.
Yes.
Yeah, Felicia on our street would stop and she'd come across, she had a little dog named Sparky, a little black dog. And Felicia would stop and she would say, and then I found out her birthday is on May 10th.
Oh,
And then I found out that she was going to be 90 and now she's 92. It's
wow.
difficult for her now. She's a tiny little person that went through World War Two and all of that. She lived in Africa, she lived in England, she's really from Poland, but she had all these experiences, so her stories are really fulfilling. But
Yeah.
she
Wow.
walks on the street and she waves at everybody. And when she comes, and Sparky knew me, so the dog would run towards me. And eventually Sparky died. But the point is
Mm.
just she didn't wait for us to go to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she
Yeah.
didn't. She always had a smile. Always had a smile on her face. She's still alive. I'm talking as if she's dead, but she's still alive. And we
But
have to
I
know
don't think
that.
she feels lonely, right? Because of her
No, she
action.
does not. She does not feel lonely. I
Yeah.
will phone her
Yeah.
sometimes, and the neighbor next door will check on her. She has a son and grandson and a great
Mm-hmm.
granddaughter and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But she went out. You have to go out. You have
Yeah.
to wave. You're sitting on your porch. Just wave.
Yeah.
Some you see
That's
somebody in the supermarket. There's nothing difficult to say hi. When I used to have my grandson here, the lady at the drugstore used to always say hello to him. She still asks me, how is he doing? He's 15, 16 now.
yeah.
How is he
Yeah.
doing? You
Yeah.
know, when she met him, he
That's
was
good.
like 5.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now we chat, we
Yeah.
talk about things, and
Develop
that's
some
how,
relation. Yeah. Well, it's yeah, like this is it. You know, I get neighbors. I don't see any neighbors when I go for a walk, so I can't say hi. But like you said, when you go in maybe grocery store, a
Yeah,
pharmacy, whatever, you can just say hi. That's how it starts, right?
yeah.
You can always find a way, other than saying excuse. So Esla said agreed with what Cindy said. You make them talk. You instigate
The
the conversation.
conversation. Yeah, you see that you ask a question. Okay, if things are really expensive now in the supermarket, right?
Yes.
There's a big push that you have to look at the prices and where
Yep.
this stuff is made and all that. So you are looking and said, well, what is that? Is that good? Have you tried it? I have been trying it, and I want to. That's the conversation.
Oh, very much. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, somebody's picking something up and you're next, and have you used this before? Because I've been thinking of trying it, but I don't know. And the person might say, oh yeah, it works really well this way, that way. You just never know. Both of you have a little action.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that releases loneliness for the time.
Oh, very much. Because
Another thing,
yeah. Go ahead.
before we go, something that I know I taught somebody to do that was always lonely is something called tapping.
Oh, yes. I think we did the self-care too,
Yeah,
tapping at the beginning, almost the beginning of the self-care
yeah, we should
era. Yeah.
do it again and show people how to use tapping to help yourself. That might be our next topic. But it's very important to have little things that you do, like what modals, little, all the different little situations that you can do to get rid of being lonely. I look at Nancy. She's always baking sourdough bread. They're this big. All it needs is a pound of butter in there and 10 pounds of crushed cheese in there.
Oh, that's so good. I would love to eat that.
Warm and cut it in pieces and she gives it to her neighbors.
Yeah, that's connection, right?
Yeah, she
so much fun.
offers it. Like when I do egg rolls, right? I love making egg rolls. So I make egg rolls.
I haven't had your egg rolls yet, so I
you
would
should
love to
it.
have them.
And I share the egg rolls with the neighbors. I'll bring some for them, and while it's hot and crunchy. And then, when I do the garden and all these cucumbers, I give it to them. I bring tomatoes, kale, and different things too, because it's so much you have, you can't use it all. But when you give it away, it's a form of connection.
Oh, very much.
Connection prevents loneliness.
Yeah. If you like good at baking maybe cookies, right? Whatever you're good at it, just share.
Yeah.
Right? Just share with your friends and
anything
neighbors.
From you.
Yep.
The reason why you have is to give to the other, and in giving, you open and look. Our friendship started because you had a knowledge I needed, and you gave it to me. And look at it. So
here we are.
Do you have any doubts about sharing? Just drop by. We've got this.
Yes, we got this. So thank you so much. But before we go, I want to read the comments.
Please.
Nancy said,
I can't see a thing.
Yeah, so I'll take care of that part. So Nancy said, I have wonderful neighbors. And Marina said, out of 156 units, I only have a couple neighbors I socialize with. It's sad, really.
It is.
And why would you? Yeah, it is. And why would you listen to other people telling you what to do? Do what you want. Sorry. Do what you want. Yes.
Yeah, people have told me that I shouldn't be doing this, and I don't know. I always said, and what would you recommend I do? And there is no answer. Even everything. I had Micah with me during the summers. I don't know if I could do that. Then don't do it. That's what I would say.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. That's a message from Tessa. Anyway, so Marina said, you ladies have a lot of energy for all the snow and miserable weather we are experiencing. I'm still rolling in my
Marina,
blanket.
it's not miserable. What is nice about it, that is the one thing the big powers cannot control.
No.
They cannot control snow.
No. Might as well you're going to have fun with it. Anyway.
They cannot control the snow, the rain. They cannot stop the sun from shining. The more they poke at the sun, the shiner it gets when it's burning the faces and bodies. The snow is falling. If they could just take the snow away, they send this snow to Africa and kill all the Africans. All of us would be dead.
I know.
Then North
Cannot take
America
it.
would be perfect weather from top to bottom.
You got a lot of
So
imagination,
I
Tessa.
think it's not problem. It's amazing weather because man cannot screw with it. They try, but they can't.
No,
When Mother
we
Nature
can't
is ready,
win. Yeah.
what do they say? Hell has no wrath like a woman's scorn. So
I never
Mother
heard
Nature,
that term.
yeah, no, it's an old one.
Okay.
Hell has no wrath as a woman's scorn. So Mother Nature said, "Oh yeah, you guys think you're in charge? Just watch me."
Oh yeah, because I'm from Japan. Earthquake is the great example too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Here comes the
Rough.
rumbling.
Yeah, rumbling.
How do you like that? How do you like them
I
rumbles?
know.
Mother
And it
Nature, it's been snowing now for 2 days, and she's not going to stop until tomorrow. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And the only thing they said, it's so much snow. I said, well, it will melt. That's all I can tell you. I know it will melt.
We know
It
it
will
from
melt.
our experience. Yeah,
Yeah, it
we
has
will
to
one day.
melt.
Yes.
It will melt. Mother Nature is having fun with the universe, and those of us that are in it,
I'm
we
sure
have
Mother
no
Nature
control.
laughing at us,
Of
right?
course
Look at
she
those
is. She's
humans.
saying, no, hell has no wrath as a Mother Nature scorn. And Mother Nature said, oh yeah,
I
watch
never
me.
heard about the term. Wow, I like that. So Catherine says,
Go ahead.
sorry.
What did Catherine say?
Yes, I am by Catherine. I am by myself packing up my friend's condo,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's sad to do, but I see you alert, and you have kept me company. Oh yeah, she's
Oh, thank
there for.
you.
That's why she's in Edmonton, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her friend is just 62 and she's getting and she has
So young.
Alzheimer's and rapid too.
Wow.
So
So
she's
young.
gone over to help clear the apartment. And that is giving us a lesson on how to live our life. We need to do what we please to do with our life. Her friend
That
is
is so
young,
true.
and she just sold her home and moved into a condo and she fell and then they found out one thing led to another.
Oh.
And there she is now. She didn't have the chance to enjoy what she had planned to enjoy.
No.
And that is why it's important to enjoy what you have in your life. Find a purpose to enjoy, and that will take away that thing, because she's taking, like Nancy takes the cake. When she talks to me about it, and I see that I want to eat it, but anyway, we're not going to go there. She takes that big sourdough bread and she brings it to the lady. Thank you, Nancy, and a smile. That makes her feel good.
Oh my God, that's the purpose, right? Nancy's
Yeah.
purpose too, right? Yeah.
So that's what Kathleen is doing. The friend cannot appreciate it. So Kathleen has left Toronto, gone to Edmonton for a few
Very
days
nice
to
of her to
help
do that.
her friend's daughter clean up that apartment and get rid of stuff. It's a sad thing to do, but it's a worthwhile thing to do. The daughter doing it alone would be lonely. Kathleen maybe is by herself now until the daughter shows up for today. But you know what? You have to stretch yourself a little bit out there for others. If you do not, you're not going to go far. You're not going to succeed.
No. And
You
Catherine
have
is
the
doing a big
ability.
favor. Yes.
Yeah, you have the ability to spend that time. You had the money to pay your way to get there, to sit there, to sort it out on behalf of your friend. That is what the God said to do. You have a time and a talent to give something of value to make this young woman. You know how difficult and challenging it must be for the daughter to be doing this when her mother is only 62
Oh my gosh.
years old.
Yes. Very much.
So for somebody to come and ease that pain, that is such a thoughtful thing to do. And Kathleen, remember, it said, spread your bread on the waters and it will come back to you in many ways.
Yes.
Do not forget. I'm always teaching that to you. Give, Kathleen. Never stop giving. Do not
Tessa is really
hold
good
back.
at it though. Yeah.
Yeah, give of yourself, just give, because whatever you have that you give, you get it back. Even if it's a kind word, you get it back. And if it is a horrible word, you get that back too. We know that. Right?
We all know that too. And then your sister Dawn said, my neighbor is older and sweep her front yard. We savor fruit exchange. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
okay, neighbor down there, yeah. So that's really nice. So
Very
guys,
kind.
here we
Oh,
are.
one more. Sorry, I gotta read Catherine's comments. Sorry. Yes, we have to do things like this to see your friend off at this end of their lives.
Yeah, you have to, because this is a time for her. Because the window closes. When you have Alzheimer's, you start off in the morning and you're clear. And as the day goes on, you get less clear. And as the years goes on, the months, the weeks, it gets. So you have to be there when she can still recognize you and
Very much.
say something to you in the clear moments. It is a sad thing, but that is important to do so that you remember that when she says goodbye and you cannot see or understand her anymore,
Yeah.
you can say, I did my best. I was there for her when it mattered.
Well,
that is so important.
That was connection, right?
It's connection.
You connected to that person. So you feel, I don't want to say fulfilled, but you feel better. Like you think about
You
it.
feel
Like
satisfied. You feel I did my best.
Satisfied.
You
That's
are
probably the good
fulfilled.
word. Yes.
I gave all I had to this situation.
Yeah.
I did my best. And nobody can tell you didn't. I showed up.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And that's what really matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. Time flies when we're having fun.
Say good.
And then
bye to these people that are hanging with us.
Go ahead.
Nancy, Ezra, Marina, Colleen, Dawn, Kathleen. Thank you, wonderful people.
Thank you so much.
That's what I can
And
say.
then, yes. And then, I will encourage you guys to put a comment and share today's Instagram Live. And also, Tessa-Marie always posts this on her YouTube channel. So I will put, what we're trying to, I'm going to put you guys already subscribe to YouTube channel too.
Yeah,
so
don't forget.
I encourage you, going to the beach. That's fun. That's good. So don't forget.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Don't forget.
Let me know if you have a few minutes so we can try that new platform.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I would like to.
Do.
I will check it out my schedule. But I will send a message.
Yeah,
right
Yuko is on a schedule.
I'm in
7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
I have schedule booked for myself. So anyway,
thank you everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for spending time. And I trust that you will have an amazing Sunday. All right.
Yeah,
bye,
especially
everyone.
if you don't have to shovel snow.
You look so happy. I have to shovel snow.
I don't have to. Somebody's going to come and I'm going to watch.
Nice.
I should do some, but I'm not going to.
All right.
I refuse to.
All right.
I love you. Bye.
Right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye, guys.